Good afternoon. How are you? Did you go through the last class? I gave you an introductory remarks on what is modern grammar, how many types of schools of grammar. Can you repeat? Can you just remember what I discussed in the previous class? Yes, introduction. So it was an introductory topic, how you can approach grammatical methods and related to your syllabus, what all the areas that you have to discuss and study, and what important schools of grammar available. Yes, traditional grammar, and you have there next generation structural grammar, then transformational generative grammar, then you get supra-segmental or sentential grammar that is now still prevailing, a modern technique. And these 4 to 5 different schools of grammar have different methods of teaching and learning grammar. And I discussed what is grammar. It is based on the mechanism of a language. And all languages have different mechanisms. Am I right? Did you follow that? Did any one of you make a brief notes on that, what I discussed in the last class? Yes. So once we teach you, even university does not publish your textbook. We keep all the ideas from different grammar books and make it in a systematic way and give you points. So once you listen my class, copy down point by point. And once reopening time coming, you approach me. I will try to give you another standard material regarding the topics. So all the material that I collect has been kept in the notebook, only to benefit you. I will give you. So we made a small introductory area related to different schools of grammar and the mechanism how we can go through modern grammar. And we have 4 important modules, and now we deal with the second module. Preferably first module you have to study, then second module will be very easy. We go to the second module, what I referred the sentence and word order. Now we are slowly entering to the sentence formation. Almost some techniques that we taught you in the general common course in the last semester. When I took transaction, I gave you certain methods, how to prepare. And in the core paper, sentence making will be more dynamic and more mechanical. Somewhat different development should be done there. So we will teach you. So after different schools of thought, what is grammar? It is a system of language, and it is a mechanical side. Now we slowly come to the first important topic. All right, the sentence. The sentence. You know, the sentence is a big topic. First point, the sentence is the real topic first promulgated by traditional grammarians. Once you take Rannan Martin grammar book, Rannan Martin grammar book means high school English grammar book, open, first page you will get, first lesson you will get the sentence. What is a sentence? Again problem coming. Traditional grammarians have their opinion, followed by structural grammarians, they have their opinion. Transformational generated grammar, they have their opinion. Phrase structural grammarians, they have different opinion. But based on the opinion given by traditional grammarians, we should understand 2 important points. First one, it should be group of words. Generally, all grammarians assume that slightly some differences of opinion coming. Renan Martin grammar book, first chapter tells you it is a group of words. Second point, it should have a meaning. It should have a meaning. Without meaning, a sentence is incorrect. All grammarians admit that without meaning, sentence is incorrect. So, first step, there should be an order for sentence. As I told you, we have S plus O, S plus V plus O. What is S plus V plus O? Already, you know, in transaction we studied S should be followed by V, should be followed by O. Some grammarians call, even in Malayalam universities, our Kerala universities professors call, Malayalam is SOV language. English is SVO language. How can you explain it? Here you take S is a creator, here Rama married Sita. This example we took in the previous semester. Rama married Sita. Rama subject, married verb, Sita object. S followed by V, V followed by O. Means subject, verb, object. That is why we call English language is SVO language. From different language, structure is different. When you compare to other languages, structure will be different. Our structure is, structural grammarians say, this is the fundamental kernel, basic structure. Kernel pattern is S plus V plus O. Subject, verb, object. But once you translate in Malayalam, first translation coming like SOV. Already referred, already discussed in the previous class. Here Raman married Sita, married, verb coming later, second part. Here object coming means Rama, Sita, married. Means Malayalam translation only possible in this way. Raman Vivaham Kazhichu, Sithaye. Vivaham Kazhichu is coming. You remember? You remember? Rama married. So, English is non-flexible and we call SVO language. Malayalam is SOV language. Basically. And some people differently telling, yes, all right, SVO, SOV language, SVO language again, Raman, sorry, we put O, Sithaye, Raman, Vivaham Kazhichu, we call OSV language. Again we say OSV. OSV means here, Sita, Ramane Vivaham Kazhichu. Some people say Vivaham Kazhichu, Raman, Sithaye. Still some other people say Kazhichu, Raman, Sithaye, Vivaham. What does it mean? It means our language is flexible. Flexible means going in a different style and structure. But English, no, it is non-flexible. So, different structures put in the correct order, we can frame sentence by sentence by sentence by sentences and we reach a good result. So, as we order, once you get, I will tell you the same topic coming in the unit number 5. We'll get example, fly, birds, the air, in. Look here, fly, birds, the, in, air. You get different jumbled words, fly, birds, the air, in. First you have to change into order. The same topic coming in the 5th unit. We'll teach you in advanced level. This is the primary stage we have to stick up on S plus V plus O order. So we get fly birds. We will change into, all right, birds. All right, fly in the air. Okay, birds subject to fly verb in the air considered to be object. Then you will get S plus V plus O. So what I want to tell you, to make a beautiful sentence, you get first certain elements of or certain words that you categorically put it in arrangement order, arranged order. That means S should come first, then V should come later. After that, object keep. After keeping that, make sure a capital letter begins and a full stop should be at last. So sentence will be. This is the high school elementary area that you should keep in mind. Plenty examples are there. Once the more elements you get, the more difficulty you face. Once you get many words, you will be confused how to put S and how to put V and how to put O. Then mind you keep in mind, the more words you get, the more difficulty you to find to put in the order, S plus V plus O order. Anyway, the same topic coming later. Example how you get area of second unit, how all the area. First you get a sentence type, different to make all the areas. Then totally you studied which all the areas of grammar. All right, grammar we have 3 important areas. Please keep in mind, our grammar is not high school grammar. Our grammar is graduate grammar. Degree level. We supposed to know all the bases that you studied till higher secondary level. Keep in mind. Then you come to this area. University telling to start from this area. But we make a flash. We make a introductory area. Then all the areas that you collect from high school English grammar book, which is available in your house, that you search and find. Or we will say grammar as such, we have 3 important areas. One is called pause. Second area is called synthesis. Third area called analysis. Analysis means what? All grammarians have done their researches on these areas. One is pause. What is the pause? It is called word class. Word class. Word class means what? It is known as parts of speech. Parts of speech. Look here. Parts of speech. And you ask anybody, neighborhood or in the college, modern developments have changed the all number of parts of speeches. How many parts of speeches are there in English language? Once I asked parts of speeches in one of the classes. No, I don't know where I asked this in a higher secondary level. One child told me 26 parts of speeches are there. And I asked, 26? Yeah, sir, 26. How many of parts of speeches? I told, my dear, not letters I mean. I asked you parts of speeches like noun. Yeah, pronoun. Yeah, adjective. Like that, how many parts of speeches are there? You ask everywhere, anybody. Some people do not know. Some people knowing what traditional grammarians tell, they have 8 parts of speeches. There are 8 parts of speech. Can you anybody tell me at least these 8? I told you 5 important grammarians, 5 important schools of grammar available. One is traditional, one is structural, one is pre-structural, the fourth one is TG grammar, fifth grammar, supra-sentential grammar. The supra-sentential grammar, latest pseudo grammar, latest modern grammar, people say not 8 parts of speeches, they include one more. They told 9 parts of speeches are there. Can you agree? Anybody agree? You go to any other grammar book now available in the house you refer, you will get only 8. Then you will ask me which one is sir, 9th one? Then you tell me how many parts of speech as such you have. 8. Which are they? How you will identify them? Then I will tell you 9th one. Okay. We will label them 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 over. Then 9th one is there. Supra-sentential grammar people say 9th parts of speech is also available. Majority teachers and majority language learners won't agree. Unless they study supra-sentential grammar, TG grammar, they will include one more element. You refer to traditional grammar book, high school English grammar book, only 8 parts of speech they discuss as such. Then you go to how can you remember them, in which order you can remember them. First one, which is called noun. Second one, yes, pronoun. Third one, adjective. Fourth one, verb. Fifth one, adverb. Sixth one, preposition. Seventh one, conjunction. Eighth one, interjection. Ninth one, what? Ninth one, what? We have, in order to keep in memory, these 8 or 9 parts of speech are divided to different dimensions, different segments. First segment is nominal group. We call nominal group. Nominal group means related to noun, pronoun, adj. 4 and 5 section is called 4 and 5 called verbal pattern. Preposition and conjunction, interjection. Preposition, conjunction, interjection called conjunction group. Conjunction group. And fourth category, that is called determiner group. Determiner group. What is called determiner? Can anybody tell me determiners which are included as parts of speech now in modern English? Generally they called 9th parts of speech is called determiner. Determiners. Determiners means determiners you studied in higher secondary grammar book, which is not traditionally prepared with the reference to modern grammar. Determiners are kept in 3 divisions. Determiner can be in 3 divisions. One is article. Second one possessives. Fourth one demos. Look here. Determiner is a part of speech. 9th one. Though we have 8 parts of speech available in English grammar book, modern development added one more, that is called determiner. These determiners have 3 divisions. One is articles. Which are the articles? A, and, the. All these are parts of speeches without which you cannot make a sentence. But earlier people did not mind it. Modern grammarians took very significance on these articles and they added 9th parts of speech which have subdivisions, articles, possessives. All the possessive words are used parts of speech. And demos means demonstratives. What is meant by demonstratives? Pointing outwards. So what did you understand today? Though we have 8 parts of speech, nominally divided into 3 categories, nominal group, verbal group, conjunction group, then determiner group, 4 divisions. So keep in mind, in order to remember parts of speech, whenever, wherever they ask, you should tell nominal group. Which are they? Nouns, pronouns, then adjectives. These are related to nouns only. Then again coming 4 and 5. Verbal group, verb and adverb related to verbal area. Then preposition, conjunction, interjection, conjunction group, they call label. They label them conjunction group. Then we go to determiner group. Which are the articles? Means what? Modern grammarians say, without articles, you cannot make a sentence. I eat mango. Wrong. I eat a mango. A is included in the sentence. Like that, all articles are used in a sentence, and why should you keep article away from the sentence? Modern grammarians ask. So keep in mind, sentence, all the grammar area, once you go, first you study, all right, parts of speech. Parts of speech. All right, parts of speech. Parts of speech means pause. Which are they? These are the people. 1 to 9, you have to go through each one. I will teach you 1 or 2 in a modern way. All other areas coming in the first unit. That you study from the first unit. But according to suprasentential grammar, how you can easily remember them, study them, learn them, the method I teach you. Balance the other area coming in the first unit will be done by other teacher. I'll give you only signals because the area as such not coming in my area. My area is the sentence and the synthesis. Parts area, parts of speech area coming in the first unit. You refer them. If any difficulty you face, do not hesitate. No one is allowed to hesitate. To ask me, I am ready to help you. But I will teach you how modern methodological way the area pause is being discussed. So the sentence you have, once you get a sentence, then you go to pause. Then second area of the total grammar we have to study second area. Again I tell you 3 important areas. One is pause. Okay, done. Pause. This area you have to make a detailed journey. Then you will get all the pictures. Then you will get a synthesis. Synthesis means what? What is meant by synthesis? Major area. That is your 4th unit. 4th module. Synthesis means nothing. Different types of sentences making. Plenty areas to be discussed. What is a simple sentence? What is a complex sentence? What is a complex compound sentence? What is a participle construction? What is transformation? How you can do passive construction? Plenty areas coming. What is the by which method you can make the use of different conjunctions? All these areas coming. Gerund construction, participle construction, etc., etc. All these areas constitute synthesis as a grammatical part. Then you will get a analysis. Analysis means what? After studying pause, after studying synthesis, you will reach to identify which all the elements particularly used in a sentence. Or if anybody asking you a doubt, sir, or this way or another way, what is the problem here like that? You have to clarify them. Otherwise, very difficult to answer. I told you plenty examples in the synthesis area. All right. One beautiful example which is given in, all right, linguistics grammar by, all right, Bloomfield. Beautiful examples are given there. All right. Example. Look here. One example. Venu married. All right. Or Venu loves Meera. All right. Example. Venu subject. loves verb, Meera object. Okay? Here Venu loves Meera. Order sentence is okay. But a girl writes Meera. Alright, Meera loves Venu. Alright, here O coming first. Then you will get S. Structure is different. Function of words are different. Meaning will also be different. How can you say these two sentences are different in meaning? Here in the first sentence, here Venu is the actor. Once Venu loves Meera here, what in your opinion may be one-sided loving? One-sided loving. Meera may not be loving Venu here. But in the second sense, it is not Venu, but Meera loves Venu. Meaning is different. Here in the second sense, Venu is unknown about Meera's love. Am I right? Yes or no? Tell me. So, once positions are changed in different way, you will get a chance to lose the meaning. What about you? Understand? You understand me? Yes. So, you should be very careful once you write this order of the words. And you should be in a way. Suppose somebody coming and ask you what is called Cheta, Chechi, I'm in 10th grade. I go to two sentences. What really makes a difference? How do you explain? You should explain in this way. In this first sentence is different from in this sentence. Structurally they are correct. Meaningfully they are different. So this area coming analysis. Plenty examples available. Plenty examples. Once you show interest in grammar, you will get plenty examples. I was discussing in your senior class. All right. I fed her dog biscuits. All right. I subject fed her dog biscuits. All right. Object her dog. Her is adjective. Dog noun. This is means what? First meaning you get it was not his dog. It was her dog. I gave Parle biscuit. I gave Mary biscuit. I gave lot of biscuit labels and that you know better than me, not me. So I gave Parle biscuit. I fed her dog, not his dog, not your dog. Her dog I gave biscuit. One meaning getting. And once you go to same sentence, I fed her dog biscuits. Once again you write I subject fed her object dog biscuit another object. This dog is coming modifier to biscuits, which will be the meaning. Once your friend, what? She came to my house. I have nothing in my house to give. I gave some biscuits eatable for dogs. I gave her. Follow me or not? First meaning, അവളുടെ നായ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ ബിസ്ക്കറ്റ് കൊടുത്തു. രണ്ടാമത്തെ സെന്റൻസിൽ എന്താ വരുന്നത്? ഞാൻ അവൾക്ക് നായ്ക്ക് കൊടുക്കുന്ന ബിസ്ക്കറ്റ് കൊടുത്തു എന്നാണ്. Am I right? So means what? Analysis. Once you do analysis in the proper way, or once you are not competent, not able to analyze the sentence, sentence will go wrong. Meaning will be go wrong. Once they ask you, some people, juniors will ask you, how can you differentiate by the method of parts of speeches and synthesis, how these are analyzed? You will be in a dilemma. So you should understand what is subject, noun, pronoun, what is verb here, what type of verb coming, what is her, what is dog, what is biscuit, how does this dog become ADJ? ADJ means adjective modifier. Means what? After studying synthesis, after studying parts of speeches, you should be able to describe, explain. You should explain analysis. After analysis only, you can tell these are the problems related to English sentence. So we are straightly going to the sentence making, and we go to in a descriptive style. Certain labels we use. How can we use labels? First one, labels. Labels. All right. Pause. Entire parts of speeches we are not going to engage, but certain topics I will touch and give you method how you reach. Then we'll again given to another topic. This is the parts of speech area. For example, only example. What we use the labels are only for example. The labels that you keep in your memory to remember, not writing all the exams. Supersentential grammar method only to label certain things to remember. So you can make your own method. Example, I will tell you how to explain. Pause. Parts of speech. First one is coming noun. First one is coming noun. How noun is explained? How noun is explained? Anybody? How noun is explained? Noun is the name of a person, name of a place, name of a thing. Over. But modern grammarians won't allow. Modern grammarians would say not only name of a person, place, thing, animal also to be included. That is why old grammar, traditional grammar is insufficient. So many grammar thoughts, many grammar schools came into existence, developing, finding defects. They made their own resolutions and they came with a lot of results. So what is noun? In a prescriptive way, traditional grammarians, you take a noun as a chapter in Ranmartin High School grammar book, you will get noun is the name of a person, name of a thing, name of a place in a very good definition-oriented passage. Means from definition they will reach examples. But in modern grammar, from examples they will reach, if you want, you can reach definitions. But they use a lot of labels. Very simple method to remember. They have no time to give very big definitions like that. They give N means noun. N means noun. They is equal to, all right, P plus P 2 plus A plus T over. Their definition related to noun over. Means what? Traditional grammarians did not allow animal in the group. They focused only person, place, thing. Modern grammarians add animal too. In order to remember such a big definition, they made a small formula. What is called N is equal to PP to AT. P, place. 2, different from first one, person. A, animal. T, thing. Example, once you get the boy got a cat. You can simply analyze the boy, yes, is equal to N is equal to P2. Got verb A, O is equal to N is equal to animal. Problem over. Modern grammarian simply telling, analyzing in this way. So what is the noun here used in subject? It is a person. What is the object position noun? It is used as animal. Like that, each sentence you can easily abbreviate and easily analyze by putting certain labels and labels. So what is the noun from today onwards? What our college provides you, keep in mind, N is equal to PP to AT. PP to AT means P stands for place. P2 stands for person. Remember, 2P coming, first B place, second B to person. A, animal, which was not there in traditional grammar. which was not included last. But modern grammarians in the definition of noun, they put animal also, then thing, table, blackboard, fan, tube, whatever things, bench, desk, your friends. So what you want to do? You have to keep so many words in your notebook, then identify yourself. How many labels appearing? Example, you take 10 words. How many of them persons are appearing? How many of the things are appearing? You just label. Suppose you sit in the classroom, get here almost 1,000 words. So that easily you can develop your English vocabulary. So nouns are classified in this way. Example, one more example we will take. Alright, one more example we take how to identify nouns. In the example, okay, Mary has a chair. Example, Mary, S is equal to N, N is equal to, here B2, has a chair, O is equal to, N is equal to, thing, sentence over. This is the method by which we easily analyze. Then no need of describing what is noun. Noun is the name of a person, name of a place, name of a thing, like that. Noun, PB to AT, finish. Method finish. Keep in mind, everybody is okay. Everybody is happy to remember what is noun. No definition required. Only this formula required. You keep somewhere in the notebook back, right? Noun, N is equal to, here P to AT. Problem over. This is the method by which we write nouns. Then automatically after describing noun, we will go to second category. Alright, what is after this is definition oriented, then you go to category. Category of N. Alright, modern method. Category of N means types of noun. Could you anybody tell me which all the types of noun that you studied in the higher secondary level? Types of noun. We have proper noun. We have common noun. We have material noun. We have abstract noun. We have collective noun. 5 types of nouns are there available in the high school grammar book. So we have to discuss what is proper noun. How to find out the proper noun. Proper noun here. So category of noun you will write is equal to proper noun. Alright, PN. Alright, then common noun CMN. Alright, then material MATN. Alright, abstract noun ABN. Then collective noun COLN. This is the formula. You keep in memory. Computer hard disk like brain that you keep. PN proper noun, CMN common noun, METN material noun, ABN abstract noun, collective noun. So how many nouns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 types available. Refer to high school English grammar and study. For example, you write particular person name John. You write proper. Common, you write boy. Common noun. Material, a material out of which you prepare something, you will get cotton. Alright, many materials available, you write. Many common noun available, you write. Proper noun, you write like this. Then ABN, alright, example truth. ABN, which we cannot see and touch. It is described in the traditional grammar which we cannot touch and see. Such words are ABN. Collective noun, we have army, ARMY, army group. Plenty divisions are there that you have to keep in mind. So after discussing group of schools, what is grammar? It is related to 3 branches. Pause area, synthesis area, analysis area. Then we go to pause. First chapter, noun as a significant element. What is noun? Discuss P2, AT. Then we discuss the category. What is category? Types of nouns. How many of them are available? 5. Which are they? Formula given. Proper noun, common noun, material noun, abstract noun, collective noun. That is the one example that you take. A beautiful examples are there that you have to keep in mind. We'll give you one more example. Okay. How to analyze the category? All right. Went to London. Okay. Example. Simple. All right. Example. How you will explain? Subject. N is equal to pronoun. Pronoun later coming. Next chapter. Went. You will get a verb. London. You will get an object. Is equal to N. What London? Is place. Analyzing. Over. Like this, each sentence once you get, you have to analyze in this way. Then you will get a category. So once they ask you to find a category, in this way you can keep. So proper noun over. Then we will get a third step. So this is only the method by which suprasentential grammar appears. That makes you very easy to understand. Then we go to, after that, after definition, category, then we will go to number system. That is called N is equal to NGC. NGC. What this formula says? It is a related area, noun. First one noun, second one NGC, number system, gender system, then case system. How many of you know all these systems? That you have to make a detailed study in the unit number 1. Number system. You will get this is the third step. Third step of the noun. Number system. You will get a first topic. All right, countable and uncountable. All right, what is countable and uncountable? A very big area. In order to give number system as a fourth step of definition of noun, once you go to number system, you have to search what is countable and uncountable. I will explain. Suppose, John, you are going to take a bath. In the bathroom, there is no soap at all. Normally, generally, John will ask, Mama, no soap at all in the bathroom. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, people say generally. That is incorrect. English people won't allow. You just go through Jeffrey Leach, Communicative English Grammar book. You go to Michael Swan, practical usages. They say telling soap is incorrect. John should ask Mama, there is no piece of soap there, or Mama, there is no cake of soap there. English people will say only cake of soap. Cake. You remember cake only eating. But they would prefer cake. Cake of soap. Lifebuoy is a cake. Lux is a cake. Many soap pieces of soap available, right? But generally people say soap. Bring soap. Bring soap. That is incorrect. Okay, leave it out. We will give to our teacher. Myself standing in the class. No chalk here. What happened? Why? Leader, no chalk here. That is incorrect. Teacher should not tell X or Y, leader of the class, bring a chalk here. Chalk is incorrect. You should say piece of chalk. Means what? Chalk is not countable. Chalk is uncountable. Like soap. Uncountable. You have to make it countable. Then process is a piece of chalk. Then look here, how many people use words incorrectly in our language. So there are two entities. One entity is countable system. One entity is uncountable system. Once you get an uncountable system, uncountable words in your area of usage, you have to change into countable. There is a method for that. Example, poetry. Poetry is uncountable. Once you want to make it countable, you write a piece of poetry. Or better you call poem. You better scenery. Scenery. We use uncountable but is scenery. Sight. A piece of scenery. We ask everybody's advice. Never say advice. I went to teacher to get a piece of advice. We call paper. What is to say more? Furniture. Furniture is uncountable. You have to use a piece of furniture. News. News uncountable. Change into bit of news. What is to say? Information. All people say information. Information is incorrect. Change into countable, a piece of information. Like that we have to study. Once we change into number system, first go through the countable and uncountable system. Okay, we see you another class. By next class, you keep all these written in the notebook and ask me all the doubts. Thank you very much.